I just want to take you and shake you. Do you realize you are going to be 100 times more productive if you follow your happiness and get into alignment? I really just want to drive this topic home. I've made so many videos about this, and it's looking like I'm going to be an alignment channel because I am so passionate about this topic, and literally barely anyone scrapes the surface of this. So I'm really going to try to explain what it is and how you can use it in your life. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. Today, you already know what the topic is gonna be. But before I get into it, you are more than welcome to subscribe on this channel. I talk about all things self-development. So if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you here. To put it simply, being in alignment means being in the vortex, means being in a high vibration, means being a positive person in general, but I don't like to use the be positive phrase because not only I have been traumatized by that phrase from my mother when I was a teenager, and I literally just could not stop thinking negatively, and that phrase literally did nothing to me, but I know that a lot of people have been triggered from that phrase, so I'm going to explain. I mean, it's the same, but it's different. Like, from it being just like this arbitrary surface, look at the positive things in life, you know, be grateful for the things that you have in your life. I'm going to actually explain how it's going to work for you to change from constantly thinking negatively, experiencing negative things. And don't get me wrong, we still experience negative things if we are in alignment, in the vortex, in a high vibration, but we're just not affected by it as much, and it seems to be fading a lot. So going from someone that is constantly experiencing negative things to naturally and very easily and quickly being high vibe in a natural way, and not something that's surface level that your mum used to tell you when you were anxious teenager. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. We want to look at everything positively, right? But we can't get here to there, 0 to 100 real quick. It has to be a steady, natural progression, right? So there's this thing called the vibrational scale, and I will show it up above here. And when I was climbing up this vibrational scale, I did not know anything about it, but when I look back at it in hindsight, I was like, yes, this makes a ton of sense. So depending on where you are on this vibrational scale, and you don't have to identify yourself as any point because, you know, we go up and down all the time, even people that are in alignment. Abraham Hicks says that, you know, you don't just go into the vortex like you get a degree and you always have it. You have to be constantly in this progression, in the now moment, in the now moment, in the now moment. So even if you have been in like the vortex for 20 years, it doesn't mean in the next moment you're going to be in the vortex. Same thing as, don't worry if you have been negative for 20 years. All it takes is just right now, this present moment, and that's it for you to be in alignment, and your life literally will become magical. I got into alignment when I was about 23, and I feel like I have not looked back. It has definitely fluctuated, and I'm constantly working towards, you know, upping my vibration. And if you want to know more in detail about my journey, I will put a card up above talking about how I got into alignment at the very beginning, and it absolutely changed my life. I went from being a super anxious, sad mess as a teenager, young adult, to being a very confident person who still experiences negative emotions. Battery died, but always still experiencing those negative emotions, but knowing how to navigate them a lot better, and you get better with time. So also don't feel bad that you can't be perfectly in alignment straight away. So what do? No matter where we are on the vibrational scale, we want to really tune in with ourselves. I can just hear y'all be like, oh God, tuning into ourselves. That already seems like a lot of work. We want to listen to how we feel on a moment-to-moment basis and follow our happiness, no matter how crazy it sounds. Now, again, I can hear y'all, what if I just want to do heroin all day? First of all, use your common sense, but you know, common sense is not so common. Secondly, if y'all don't have any common sense, then I don't want you here. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So going on with the video, for the people that get it, the girls that get it. If you don't, you just don't. So get out of this video. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm nice. I'm gonna be nice now. I'm gonna be nice. All right, we want to follow our intuition every single moment of the day. So if that means I want to listen to Ice Spice right now randomly, I can turn this video off right now and listen to Ice Spice. Matter of fact, what am I listening to right now? In Her Mood by Ice Spice. Like, well, let's keep it above. You know what that's gonna do? That is going to put me in a high ass vibration. I'm going to be a very happy person because I'm going to be feeling myself. If you listen to that song, it's very like, I am the shit and no one can F with me. And when you're really feeling it, it's like you're on top of the world. So I want you to get into that feeling, but it doesn't necessarily have to be music. It can be going for a coffee or seeing your favorite person, or doing your work or not doing your work. It absolutely does not have to make any sense to anyone, to no one. To who? To no one, not even you. You have to go by feeling. Do not think about this. Literally just feel how you want to feel. Like, I'm sitting down right now and I feel like making this video. I'm all in. If I don't want to make this video, I'm going to literally turn this camera off right now with no remorse. But I am making this video, so I'm going to keep on doing it. If I feel like having Shake Shack, okay, this is one of those bloodline sort of situations. So what's more important to me right now? Having the instant gratification, and that kind of sounds like I'm on the side of like, no, eat healthy. But like having that short-term pleasure or the long-term pleasure of being healthy. This changes every single second of the day. What do I value most right now? Right now, I would rather not eat and lose weight. And that is what I'm feeling. And that's what's literally making me so happy. I literally threw away my entire manifestation routine. Literally, shock horror, but like it was weighing me down, it was burning me out, and I was like, you know what? You know what's more important than anything in this entire world is my happiness. So that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm going to do the things that make me happy. And sometimes that sounds like common sense, but again, common sense is not so common. And I also just wanna highlight the fact that if you listen to your happiness and what you wanna do every single moment of the day, you're gonna win. You're gonna win regardless because you're gonna have your inspiration up, you're gonna be in a good mood, you're not gonna be overthinking, you're going to have a clear channel for ideas, and if you want to become a millionaire, it's going to be easier for you to get those ideas, and you're going to put in more energy into that versus when you're just sitting there and overthinking and ruminating, making a list or going on YouTube and be like, how do I become a millionaire? You are acting out of inspiration. How do you think the things that people have done, Elon Musk, etc., have done? Like, Elon Musk literally only works. He like loves it because he's acting out of his inspiration. So that seems like magic to some people, but it's not for him because it's a natural process and he's also having fun. So you will be able to perform miracles if you are following your passion, and that doesn't necessarily have to be about your career. Having said that, if one of your big priorities and goals is a career, no matter if you are following your inspiration to do with your career, like studying or working or meeting new people, creating new opportunities, or it's literally laying in bed and watching TikTok, it literally doesn't matter what the action is. It literally just depends on your mood, your inspiration, how you feel right now, if you're feeling happy. The deciding factor of if you are in the alignment, in the vortex or not, is by how you feel. How do you feel right now? Do you feel neutral? That's good. Do you feel happy? That's even better. Do you feel inspired? Do you feel at peace? Like, all of these positive emotions are really, really good. So I want you to keep following them. Now, what happens if we are still feeling negative emotions or something really crappy happens? Life is life. I totally get it. This is what I want you to do. And every time I remember to do this, because, you know, I am bombarded with information on a day-to-day basis, and sometimes it's easy for me to forget, but it's important to remember. Whenever a negative thought comes up or a negative situation, I don't want you to write it down or work on it or heal it or like twist it into a positive thought or force it out of your brain. Don't do anything. literally don't do anything. Literally, if you want to ruminate on it, I don't suggest it, but if you want to, if that feels like you don't really have a choice type of feeling, even though it's like you always do have a choice, but whatever feels right for you to do, I want you to do that. Because if you don't do what you feel like doing in that moment, you're creating resistance. So if you're creating resistance, you're not going to be able to let in the positive things, right? So we have to accept our thoughts. We just have to accept our thoughts, right? And it's as simple as that. You can always, know that, at a higher level, I can be thinking these negative things. I can be experiencing these negative experiences, but at the highest level, I always know that everything is working out for me. That is very beneficial, but these are just bonuses. The cold, hard truth, and you don't have to do anything else but this, is to just let it be. And then what I want you to do is focus on something that is the easiest for you to focus on right now, that is positive. So I want you to keep the negative thoughts in your mind. If that's what feels natural to you, they will go just naturally, right? If you start also, we're not moving them anywhere. They can go wherever they want, those negative thoughts. But if we also concentrate on something that's positive, that is the most natural for you to concentrate on right now, what that's going to do is it's going to naturally fade out the negative thoughts. Now, what do I mean by what's most natural for you? Meaning, am I grateful for my family? Yes. Is that something that I feel like I'm going to force on myself? Like, oh my God, I need to think about my family to feel positive. Yeah, hell yeah, right now, yeah. Not that I have beef with my family, but it's just not something that elicits anything in me right now. I'm doing a YouTube video right now. I'm thinking about my career right now. I'm having all these different things right now. And right now, that isn't something that's like, oh my God, that's the number one thing that is the most positive thing in my life. I'm not saying that it isn't. I had an amazing, incredible time with my family. I actually miss my family very much. This is just an example. But what is the most inspiring thing for me? It is going back to my computer, editing this, also listening to Ice Spice, also creating TikTok videos, also having a shower and talking to my friends. Yeah, that's what's inspiring to me right now. I used to really just sit at home and push everyone away and be like, I don't have time. I need to be working on my career. When I started doing that, what ended up happening was it felt like the life was sucked out of me, because in theory, it's like, oh, hustle culture. You don't go out and party. Don't see your friends. All you need to do is just sit at home and, work on your stuff. Don't push down the wants inside of yourself. Embrace them. Even if in theory you have to be focusing on your career or studying 400 hours a day. You don't understand how much everything parallels each other. If you literally listen to your body, listen to your feelings, you will literally get to where you want to be in not only the easiest way possible, but in the most magical way possible, where you won't be able to fathom how you got to that place. Something ended up happening in my life recently where if you told me 2 weeks ago that it would happen, I would literally send you to a psychologist or something like that. But basically, when I got to Australia, my vibrations were heightened. It was summer there. I saw people that I haven't seen in a while. I saw my family after not seeing them for 2 years. I wasn't working. I was going on hikes. I was just experiencing myself so deeply, and I was not worried about anything. I wasn't working on YouTube. I was just me, just myself. And literally by the grace of God, it literally felt like God just took me by the shoulders and shook me. And I felt very compelled to take certain actions and do certain things, to where now I am at a place in my life where I have this thing where I didn't even imagine myself to have 2 weeks ago. I put in the action, it was me. But because I was in alignment, because I was in the vortex, because I had this high vibration. I knew exactly what to do at the right perfect time. I knew exactly what to say because I wasn't in my head, I was in my feelings. Does this make sense? This is literally going to become an alignment channel, I swear to God, because no one talks about this, and it has changed my life in a way that isn't comprehensible. Like I can't tell you. I cannot really verbalize how much out of everything on this planet, alignment, Abraham Hicks, the vortex, has changed my life. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.